The biggest difference between old bases and new bases is the amount of clutter everywhere. In an old base like this one, which has been settled for 3 years now, in fact 3 years tomorrow, which is the anniversary of this server's creation, there is lots of clutter everywhere. Particularly, look at this door. It says door, no one's removed it, it's been here for maybe 2 years. Over here, we have funny place. Have you guys ever seen this? Probably not, but this has been here for 3 years. It's been here from the very start. And there's all sorts of places just like this all around this city, and you can just see, like, it's really cluttered, it's really packed. It's got, like, there's a reindeer here. Who put that there? Look at this sign, subpolar regular service. There was a train here years ago. It's gone now, but the sign's still here. R.I.P. Bozo. You know when this was put up? Well, it wasn't this Halloween, it was 2 Halloweens ago, and no one took it down. So that is something. The biggest difference between old bases and new bases is the amount of clutter everywhere. With a base that has been settled for 3 years, such as this one, you get stuff that people put down and then you get kind of sentimental about it. You basically turn into a hoarder, such as this door. It's been here for a long time, no one's taken it down, no one's moved it, and it's still here. It kind of makes it look a little weird because there's just a door there, but there's tons of these things everywhere, and I'm sure if you have a base that you've been living in for a long time, you have these little artifacts everywhere. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be exploring all sorts of ancient ruins and relics on my Minecraft server, Conquest SMP, which, did you know you can actually join if you hit the link in the description and make an application? It's super easy. You just have to build buildings. Join it now. Anyway, so old ruins, that's right. In just this city alone, there are probably more ruins than anywhere else on the server. I already mentioned this door, but just below here is a magical place called Funny Place. It has a sign, it has Funny Place, it's spelt wrong. This is the oldest thing on the server. It was built on the very first day, and it never got removed. It somehow survived all the creeper explosions, and no one's ever destroyed it. That's why I put this slab here, though, because we were worried someone might go in there and tamper with it. Over here, there is a reindeer. This is from 2 Christmases ago. Someone put these up, and no one ever took the time to remove them, so they're still here. Over here, there is a sign that says subpolar regular service. You know, there was a train here at one point, and the train got removed, but the sign didn't. And this grave, yeah, well, it was not this Halloween with all these other Halloween decorations that I'm yet to take down, but it was 2 Halloweens ago, and no one bothered to take this one down either. This is the graveyard, which is particularly packed over many, many pets dying. As you can say, even Funny Place, it is not dead, that's why the grave is empty, but it almost died one time because of reasons that I won't even specify, it's too tragic. Over this way, in my pipe bomb mailbox, which was changed to pipe bomb years ago, and again, I never bothered to change it back, there is the mystical, magical rat tunnel that someone made underneath this place. I don't know how to get to the actual rat tunnel part of the rat tunnel. The entrance was around here at some point, but I guess it got plugged up and then no one bothered to change it again. Yes, here, see, look at this. Rat boy, he made this. Only a true rat boy will make a rat tunnel under a rat tunnel. Yes, see, that's what that false floor is all about. And around here, this well as the rat tunnel here, is some more weird old stuff. This used to play Never Gonna Give You Up, like, years ago, and then no one bothered to fix it, and it's got filled in with cobblestone of people trying to get out of this mess. Oh yes, and behind here may or may not still be... No, I think it's dead. Okay, well there was a snow golem here, but evidently he died and no one bothered to bring him back, so yeah, snow golem, he was in my fridge at one point and he wandered down here and got stuck, and then someone evidently killed him. Just sad. Oh, wait, no, wait, he's still here. Wait, actually? Okay, yeah, I forgot. He moved. He kind of was transported, but here he is. This is the oldest snow golem, I think. It was, yet again, it was put in my fridge, and he just chilled in there. Well, chilled, literally, because he's made of snow. And he never left until someone broke the fridge, and he wandered down here. Now he's stuck there forever. Way up here in the sky is Santa's sleigh, which was built in creative mode, again, 3 years ago, actually within the first few days of the server, because one of my friends had op. And he built, like, a lot of stuff in creative mode. He doesn't have it anymore, but he used to. And Santa's also gone because someone kidnapped Santa and they never returned him, and no one knows where he is now. He's somewhere, just lost. Inside this church, which is conveniently decorated for Christmas from last year, actually, there is this magic death coffin that will drop you into lava, I think it was, or it does something. None of the redstone works here anymore, but there is a whole redstone underground system that at least at one point worked. You can see some of those went down, and it's been filled in with like a bunch of creepers over time, and that's why all of this just looks so weird and messed up and almost griefed, because people have been putting redstone like wiring through here. If I mind, okay, no, bad example. Ah, see, look at this. This door used to move at one point, and now it doesn't. Down below the town hall is a giant crater. In fact, several giant craters, including, Simon. Simon's been through here. I don't know who Simon is. I'm guessing it has to do with Goldman, though, because his head's right here. But why is this crater here? Well, this place has been blown up at least once by Oleg, who destroyed the entire thing, and then I rebuilt it all using a schematic, and the crater never got filled in, so it's still here. These catacombs tend to go further, though, because this place, which was blown up last year around this time, never got repaired, and there used to be a big crater, but luckily, one of the few things to survive was the toilet. Yes, it made it, and it never got blown up, which is funny. On this hill over here, there used to be a house made of trapdoors, where there was a polar bear named Hubert. If you go back in my old videos, you might see him, because he was living inside the church, but then one day he just disappeared, and no one knows what happened to him. So that's another kind of tragic thing. No one knows what happened to Hubert. We tried to teleport him, we tried to find him. Brooks said that he killed a polar bear named John, but we couldn't even find John. So maybe he was just lying about that, I don't know, but Hubert is so gone, it makes me so sad. Over here is a random burnt out shack, which you can probably see in the very first episode, as it's one of the oldest buildings on the server. Who knows what happened to it? It probably got struck by lightning and was probably also built in creative mode, as there are lots and lots of these all over the place. In fact, let's do a montage of shacks. There's this one right here. There's this one right here. There's this one built into this hill. There's this rather large one, and there's this one way out in the ice spikes biome. There is also this house up on this hill outside of the city. It is one of the oldest buildings in this area. I don't think it's quite older than my house over there, but this was also built by Noodle in creative years ago. This flag, which has not been made in a long time, there's only a couple of them on the server, and this is one of them. There's also some archaic redstone here from back in the day, which is really interesting, because there used to be these little gadgets all over the place, but most of them have either broken down or just gone missing or destroyed entirely. This is one of the very few that still works. There's also this very ancient little Christmas present. I think this was from Clark. I feel bad, so I'm giving you a present. Yes, yeah, everyone got presents back in the day. Some of them are still around. Of course, mine's long gone. I destroyed it. Another little village built by Noodle, similarly, well, probably in creative, is this little fort base area. It has some walls which were extended by me during the First World War, which was 2 years ago, maybe. But mainly there are these tents. This was originally a little settlement that was going to exist, but then no one ever did anything with it, and at some point, deep within this area, I think if you jump through one of these, okay, no, I'm misremembering because this is not working. Oh, wait, no, it does work. Down here was where one of the few illegal items were. It was a dirt path block, which, did you know, you can't get that in vanilla? So I found it around here, and then I took it for myself, but then I don't know where it went. I think it's lost forever. In fact, this may have been one of the last places to be built in creative mode, because you can see the build style kind of changes and grows over time, and this one is rather modern compared to the others, which are just completely like ancient, terrible builds made by a 12-year-old. Some other pretty old, but not too old structures that you might find around here are these watchtowers. Now, some people might not know what these are for, but originally when I built my base over there, I wanted to claim all this land, but I felt like claiming it and just not putting anything there would be a loose claim. It wouldn't be like good enough, so I built these watchtowers all over the place, and you've probably seen them in my videos just in the background. You might have thought, what are these things? Well, they're meant to be watchtowers. I didn't ever do anything with them. They're just to strengthen my claim, and unfortunately no one else did the same thing because everyone else just claimed huge amounts of terrain and then never even did anything with it, which is really dumb. People shouldn't do that. They should be careful and like make sure that, you know, you actually own the land. Sorry, I'm just rambling because I run this server and it's so annoying to deal with all these people. This strange grid pattern thing on this mountain is also very old. This was from the first New Year's. It was not quite the first Christmas, so it was just a few weeks after the server was made. Also built in creative mode, this was meant to be a countdown clock that would go bleep 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 when the new year started, but it never worked, and there's a bunch of redstone back there. It's mostly been looted after the years because no one uses it. It's quite a bit like an ancient Roman ruin that just slowly decays over time. There's also some mildly inappropriate things written here. I don't know who did that, but it's been here for years. Back behind this area, you can see the redstone in all its glory. You see all the repeaters. And over here is a little cliff base, because all this was done with like the /fill command. Yeah, I know, lots of cheats on this Minecraft server. We haven't had any cheats for a while, but this is one specific thing. You can see there's an Among Us, and an Among Us. This was back in that day. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Bet you don't even remember what Among Us is. This bizarrely shaped structure that has for whatever reason not been taken down for some time is actually the remains of another creative mode crazy experiment. There was at one point, way up in the sky above there, a bedrock escape prison obby. Yes, I know, that's crazy. There was an escape room up in the sky and you won by jumping down and falling into this odd tunnel thing. It was actually up there for a while, and in fact it might be in one of my videos, I can't remember exactly, but of course it's long gone. It was deleted by me, but this little piece of history was never destroyed. It's kind of ugly, but it's just so funny, so it stays here. There's also all these chickens, because wherever there are high ground, all the chickens come up here and they keep laying eggs, and every time they lay an egg you throw one and there's just more chickens. Over here in the industrial district there are not many ancient ruins and such, because we didn't really come here back in the day, but 2 years ago, when I was building this was when I was moving to my new house from my old house. It was kind of quite an adventure. We drove across the whole country. I discovered these two furnaces, which were ancient years ago. That means that they are like some of the oldest furnaces in existence, which is pretty cool. Over here is a secret little cave, which is not that old, but it was a secret preparation base that we put a bunch of loot in order to prepare to leave this place and go to the Japan lands, which is a base far away that not too many people remember because no one watched my channel in those days. Or at least I think this might actually be a different cave. Yeah, actually, scratch that. I don't have no idea what the frick this is. What is this place? Scratch whatever I was saying just a moment ago. This is actually the place of the preparation to go to Japan lands. Just down beneath my house is this neat little bunker, which has been torn apart and destroyed by me over the centuries. You can see there are a few potatoes. These were actually mine at one point, but they stole them. And I've got some farms down here. In this little room, or at least what once was a room, is where the Manga Bingbor legend comes from. Manga Bingbor the Magical. Do you see what he does? He steals. Yes, so there's a Manga Bingbor cult based off of just this one sign that was placed like years ago. Down this corridor here is where I went when I was looking for Manga Bingbor's magical wizard rod, which I did find, conveniently for me. It's in this completely ripped apart secret laboratory bunker place. It's called the Alpha Bunker. Some random storage. Another one of these signs, or flags, two of them. But also over here, this is the chest that I found the wizard rod in. And this is a contraption. And apparently there was, I think, an axolotl in here that died? Or was it a fish? Yeah, it was an axolotl. Long gone. This area, they never got to finish it. Apparently I was supposed to go in here and be imprisoned. Lots of crazy stuff down below my house. That's not the end of the crazy stuff, however, as there is this strange room, which was probably built in creative, because Saiga had creative for a brief moment to build that clock over there that way. Still no idea what this room is meant to be used for. There's nothing here. There never has been anything here. It's just kind of a room with a lot of flags. Even deeper below the surface are the remains of an ancient beacon. You know how this beacon was made? Yeah, you're right, it's in creative mode again, but we all got a bunch of pickaxes and just started digging out this hole and built this beacon and had a bunch of loot and a bunch of torches and placed them everywhere, and then it has just kind of decayed and gotten blown up by creepers and all, like, the andesite's been mined out, so it's made this really chaotic mining layer. Slightly more modern is this hobbit hole, which was built in the Deep Slate Caves right when they were introduced to the server. Again, built by Noodle, again, probably in creative, although I don't know. You can see there's some places. Yeah, this is all new though. This like manga Bing Boar stuff, they went and re-inhabited this. This room is gay. Who put that sign there? Well, just up this staircase may or may not be the manga Bing Boar's secret hideout that I was invited to one time. I don't know if there's anything interesting here. No, this isn't. Is it? Just kidding, the Manga Bing Boar Society room is to the other direction and through a cave system. As you can see, the Manga Bing Boar people are very serious with their cult worshipping. Like, what even is this place? This place is so weird. There's a cow. Manga Bing Boar Jr. I guess he will inherit the Manga Bing Boar throne if Manga Bing Boar dies. This is the Manga Bing Boar headquarters meeting room. This is kind of weird. Right here, that's me, currently over a fire. Very odd. Just below this house here is one of the last secret little hidey hidden ancient ruins in this area, if I can get to it. As you can see right there, there's a chicken in a boat beneath the floorboards of that house. In fact, you can see them right there. And now this is because a long time ago, we shot out a bunch of boats from somewhere in Jima over there, and they clipped underneath the ground, and chickens would walk into them. In fact, that's where the holy chicken of Boat Gravestone comes from. He was one of those chickens. This one seems to be one of the few that has survived. At least I think so. This could also be a forgery, because it's right underneath a building. But it is a kind of an interesting piece of history. Why does this keep melting? Moving on to a more modern era, this is a front door step to a big building that was once here. It was demolished to make way for the cathedral, actually. It was once all in this area. It was probably one of the biggest buildings in this city at the time, but it was blown up, and beneath this road here remains the crater, which I filled in with a lava cast. It was kind of a bad idea because it took forever, but there is a lava cast down here. This was once a very deep hole. It was all blown up at one point because it was kind of ugly. Our final location today is what is known as the Holy Land. This was once a base inhabited by everyone on the server at the time except for me, and it was built, well, a very, very long time ago, and it has a long history of inhabitation. The most recent thing to go up here is this building, which got exploded. It started a holy war because I sent Jik over here to live in this base, but then the people who built it years ago got all upset, and so they fought a war and he lost, and this got blown up. I believe he may have also constructed this sculpture. As you can tell, he's not an artist per se. Anyway, over here is the main central district of the city. As you can see, it's a little overgrown and abandoned. One of the ways you can tell a base is old is if it's got lots of clutter, and oh boy, does this one have it. This building has been destroyed and rebuilt many times. It was never quite finished, but it was one of the last things to be built in this area. There are also yet more Christmas presents that are from the ancient days on the server, first few weeks. This here cube once hosted one of the world's only command blocks. It was set to replace this wool with red wool every time someone broke it, and it created an infinite wool farm, which everyone took advantage of until you can see I went into creative mode and spam placed and removed the command block. Lots and lots of cheats have happened on the server. As you can see over there, there is just a gun firing a bullet at nothing, but at one point that was Tom Nook, made out of red wool similarly, and he was smoking a cigarette, but he has since been stripped, and he's gone, and there's nothing of him left because people harvested him for his, like, organs and stuff. And there's this tower here, which is literally like there's nothing here. Down through this tunnel are the catacombs. Now, there's not a whole lot down here, except for one of the most important blocks on the server, which is, you guessed it, it's a bedrock block. Well, actually, I'm guessing you didn't guess it, but this was again spawned in creative by Noodle a long time ago at the end of this base's life cycle. There's a little room here, which is why it's called Catacombs. It's kind of underground, and there's also this place, which I have no idea. Okay, I guess there's nothing down here. The people who built this place claim that it is the oldest base on the server. I would say that it's my base because I was the first person to actually do anything, but this place is definitely one of the oldest. Also, this door does not open right. It's just so wrong. Well, that is all the ruins in this area. There are plenty more far out, you know, at Spawn and at Bosland and at Candyland and such places like that, but there are so many of them on the server that we could never possibly visit all of them. But hopefully today you have gotten a little bit of taste of this server's history that you may not have ever seen in my videos. Maybe you might have more of an appreciation of old bases, and maybe this video might make you want to play on your worlds a little longer and not make new ones so often. Back in the day, before Conquest existed, we would make a new server every couple weeks, and none of this stuff ever happened, and we would kind of forget about it all, and we thought Conquest would be the same way, but it ended up lasting for 3 years, and it's still going, which is crazy. So maybe you should join the long-lasting world club and build some things that might become ruins one day that people can reflect on and be like, oh, that's interesting. This video is a little different than normal, but that's just because I thought people might want to see some of the history, and also, like, I've got a lot of things to edit. I don't know, man. I've been busy, so I'm just making these sort of goofy, silly little videos that aren't quite big, you know? I built an entire palace in Minecraft in 3 days, you know, sort of thing. Anyway, you should join the server by clicking the link in the description right now. Please do that. It would be super sigma of you. I'm really disappointed that I said that, so goodbye. Bye.